Hello and welcome to this June TBR. Why does everything always make noises like the second I start to go film the video? Anyway, welcome to this June TBR. June is Pride Month. June is also the month that I'm handing in my thesis. Now, it was supposed to be done in like the first week in June, but I asked for an extension because I got sick like 2 weekends in a row, and that messed with things immensely. So, yeah, it's now due later in June, so I can't. I don't have much time to read. What am I doing? I don't have much time to read. So I'm trying to keep this an open and loose TBR, also with easier books, but sometimes the ones that you think are going to be so easy to read are like the hardest. What else? Also, the things that I didn't read from my May TBR, some of the stuff I have to bring over into June, but I'm not going to put it on another video because I'm done with that. We're not going to do the whole repeating of things again. I mean, I'm probably going to do it again, but for now I'm not going to, mainly just because I can't be bothered pulling stuff out. That's why I haven't pulled anything out from this shelf. I reorganized it. Now I've got everything stacked upwards instead of like, what did I touch? Vertical like this, but there was a gap there, so I fixed it. But yeah, everything is horizontal now. It's double stacked as well. Yeah, so there are undoubtedly queer books on that list. These are mostly, if not completely, fantasy. Some of them are low fantasy, most of them are high fantasy. Because my thesis, I haven't been able to read much high fantasy at all. Like, I'd gone just started a couple of them and my brain is just like, no. So I've, for two reasons, I've not put any of these books on the TBR because it's hard to take them out now, and I'm gonna have to take them out for a book haul video soon. And also because they're high fantasy and I probably won't be able to wrap my hand around many of them. But honorable mentions for the TBR is The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. Yeah, The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. These Witches Won't Burn by Isabel Sterling. And The Scapegraces by Clarke. So yeah, I think that's all of them. So those are honorable mentions. If my brain can do it, maybe I'll get to them. So I do have a tiny little baby snack. I took almost 5 minutes to mention my tiny little baby stack. There's dust flying around, Jesus Christ. 3 of them are Australian, so I'm happy with that. All of them are YA, so that's where I'm saying like the easy reads, but they're probably going to be like really hard. Anyway, I'll start with the Australian reads first. From Darkness by Kate Hazelholm. This is lesbian, the author is lesbian. Oh well, it's sapphic. It's sapphic because I don't know if both of the girls are, I don't know if both the girls identify as a lesbian, but it's definitely a sapphic relationship. Also, one of them's a ghost. So, oh yeah, I've got this all signed. Nice. So this is set in regional Victoria, like a 2 to 3 hour drive from me. No, because 3 hours much further. An hour and a half to 2 hours from me. Don't remember precisely, but yes. Oh, I didn't even explain what it is. So it's kind of a Greek mythology retelling where portals to the underworld. I don't know if they're called portals. Rifts to the underworld open up, unleashing a lot of dark magic. I thought I was gonna burp. And from that, the main character Ari's best friend, who had died years prior, comes back as a ghost. And from there, romance blooms and dark, mysterious plots unfold. I think that's... no, it's not the only magical book I have on this list. Next one. Perfect on Paper by Sophie Gonzalez. This is bisexual rep. It got a lot of heat on Twitter recently. Just like full whacked it into my glasses. Got a lot of heat recently because in the book, people kept claiming that the main character ends up in a straight relationship, so this book isn't queer at all. And it was basically gatekeeping on how queer people are supposed to be, how queer writing is supposed to be. If there isn't sex, it's not queer. Queer is a verb, not a noun. Also, this is YA. People were calling for like filthy, nasty sex scenes between teens. I'm not that much older than a teenager myself, but I look at teenagers and I'm like, you are babies. Why do adults insist on YA sex scenes? And perfectly fine for YA to have sex scenes, but YA is for teens, and if there are sex scenes, it's about sex positivity and body positivity, embracing sexuality, exploration, all of that. It is not for perverse enjoyment. And not to say that enjoying sex scenes is perverse, but when it comes to teenagers, it is perverse. If you're an adult and you enjoy teenagers having sex, that is an issue. Little rant aside. Little rant aside. This was always an intended read of mine, but as soon as everyone hopped on the bisexual Discord specifically in relation to this, claiming that it wasn't bisexual just because the main character ends up in a straight relationship, it bumped to the top. So I'm hoping a contemporary is a good brain break at some point. I have a lot of work to do in my thesis. So basically, Darcy Phillips has a secret. Even Brooke, her best friend, who she hopes could be something more, is clueless. Darcy is behind Anonymous Locker 89, providing an anonymous, questionably legal relationship advice service at school. But then disaster strikes. Her identity is uncovered by Australian New Kid. Is this not set in Australia again? Australian New Kid Alexander Barham. It's like a very typical white Anglo last name and I can't even say it. If word gets out that Darcy's behind the locker, Brooke will probably never speak to her again. Darcy will do whatever it takes to contain it. She strikes a deal in exchange for him keeping her secret. Darcy will help entitled, bratty, and annoyingly hot Broham win his ex-girlfriend back. But what could possibly go wrong? A lot of things. A lot of things could go wrong. Yeah, so a lot of people have said that even though there isn't a sapphic relationship in it, some people in their queerness has never felt more seen than by this book. I swear, if Sophie Gonzalez has written in an American city again, anyway, who cares? Who cares if it's not set in Australia? There's an Australian in it. Next one, YA. Own voices. Like, these are all own voices, by the way. I'm not too sure about the last one because I'm not too sure about the rep in this one, but we will get to it. This one is The Boy from the Mish by Gary Lonsborough. See, this one I can say Lonsborough. This one's got a different title for Americans. Let's see if I can find it very quickly. This one's about Indigenous kids. Yeah, they're both Indigenous. Forming a relationship. What is the American title of this? And when does it come out? I thought it was very weird that it's got a different title, but I don't know if it's... Would Americans find this offensive? I don't know why they would. They say res. Anyway, this is the American cover and title. Ready when you are. I don't know, is that gonna come up backwards? I can never tell. Anyway, if I'm remembering correctly, the main kid okay, so I think it's Jackson lives on a mission, and then one Christmas during summer holidays, Jackson auntie and his cousins come visit from the city, but they bring another boy with them, and a relationship grows between these two boys, and then a relationship. So it looks really cute. Like, I love this cover so much as that other cover celebrates Indigenous culture, especially because that is what the Aboriginal flag looks like, and almost the exact same colors. As much as I love that, this is just so cute. Like, it's so cute, but also, like, this is cute as well, but also this is so cute. Yeah. Last one, Pet by Akwaeke Emezi. And I've heard only good things about this one, and the reason why I don't know particularly if this is own voices is because I don't know the characters. It doesn't... Anyway, it's still queer regardless of the characters, and it's really short. It's like really short. I don't even know if it's considered middle grade or young adult, but it's put on the young adult shelves at work. And I'm hoping because it's so short and still got magical elements in it that my brain will be able to cope with it. On the inside it looks middle grade compared to, like, oh no, wait. The text is slightly different. I hate that my brain can actually see the slight difference. But when you get put in a class and you do typesetting, I don't even know if that's the right word. Anyway, just somehow as a writer, you learn different fonts and font sizing and spacing, and you learn a very particular way to want to write. Anyway, that's my 4 books plus honorable mentions. I'm really upset that I've not been able to get what's it called? It's got a really pretty cover. I remember the author's name mostly. Adrian Tooley. A Sweet and Bitter Magic. It's a Sweet and Bitter Magic, isn't it? Sweet and Bitter Magic. Oh, Sweet and Bitter Magic. There's no A. Just, I'll put it up here. I really wish... oh, Adrian Tooley. I think I got the name right. I wish I could get it in at work. I don't know if it's just been on hold forever because it's not published yet. I'm not too sure, and I cannot check because I have no access to my work computers because we're in lockdown again. Anyway, those are my books. I have no idea if I'm gonna get to them. Maybe, maybe not. Whatever I'm reading currently is going to be brought over into June, most likely, which is as an audiobook disability visibility. I've got about 4 hours left on that one, so I don't know, unless I do 4 hours worth of housework, which I doubt. Yeah, I've got no train rides soon, so I won't be listening to it a whole lot. I do have some audiobooks on gender issues, specifically like trans issues, I think. Yeah. And I'm reading Wild Beauty by Anne-Marie or Anna-Marie Macklemore, which is a non-binary author, so most of the things that I'm reading currently are queer anyway. It's only the romance that I've been reading that's not queer. That's because any queer contemporary adult romance I come across, I don't want to buy an ebook of it. I want to buy physical copies. But it's always just so hard. Anyway, my little tangent wrapping up. We're done. Okay, I finished all of my potential reads for June, Pride Month. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a lovely day or night.